Good morning, yogis. Are you ready for solar sun salutations? Go ahead and get your mat set up. I'll get our second camera. Hey, Brian, I've missed you. Oh, I'm fuzzy here. Look at that. Okay, how about this? I missed it. There we go. Nikki Glick, good morning. Mabel, how are you? All right, let's get this. Viviana, good morning. All right, my loves. So today's practice, good morning, good morning. Yeah, snow's coming, huh? I'm in the warm weather. It's super nice. You should come visit. So guys, we have 45 minutes. This is gonna be dynamic movement. And so what that means is that if there's any pose that's not useful to you, something that doesn't feel right, go ahead and skip it. And at the end, there's no savasana. So if you want to keep going, keep working on your specific areas, you'll be really warmed up for basically everything. Okay? So we're going to begin at the top of our mat. And I'm going to have the one camera. So make sure that you have two cameras and they're side by side because I'm going to use the two cameras to teach. And what you'll see is one of the cameras I'm going to keep on my feet so that you see how alive I'm keeping my feet throughout the sun salutation. I know you miss my face, but I promise you what's happening in my feet is much more important. So become aware of your feet. Go ahead and find your toes and lift all 10 toes up. Then try to bring the big toe down while spreading the other toes. And take your heels slightly apart. Bend your knees. Excellent. With your palms facing back. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. And now your palms face the front of the room. Exhale, bring your hands together, squat down nice and low. This is known as prayer squat. Interlace your hands, press them away, lift them over your head, but keep your knees bent, let your back arch, and just take a moment to move from side to side, opening the armpit and the rib cage. Excellent. Exhale, fold all the way forward. See how I keep my knees bent and I place my rib cage on my thighs? Drop your head. Inhale, lift your head, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, and go ahead and step back to the top of your push-up. Push the ground away, squeeze your belly, and start to rock forward and back, pushing forward with the heels, open the feet. A few times, keep your arms straight and your head up. And then go ahead and let your shoulders pass your wrists. Bend your elbows lower down. Point your toes. Inhale, rising up 3 times, cobra, bring the head up last, exhale down. Inhale, exhale, and inhale up. Exhale, onto all fours, walk your arms out in front of you, extend your arms, stack your hips over your shoulders, and let yourself move up and down, bouncing up and down, dropping your chest. Keep your arms extending. Excellent. Tuck your tailbone, plant your palms firmly on the mat, turn your toes under, and make your way back into downward dog. Now, I recommend practicing downward dog with the legs wider than your mat because you'll see that you can begin to get more opening in your hamstrings. Press the mat away and pick your fingertips up and let yourself move from side to side, waking up your legs and keeping your attention on what's happening in the hands and the feet. Excellent. Step your feet back onto the mat towards each other and keep them about hip distance apart. Let's use that spacing. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Floating or walking your feet up to your hands. You can keep your knees bent the whole way up. And I really like to do this pose with the feet apart. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, fold forward, drop your head, let your rib cage touch your thighs. Inhale, rising phoenix, squat low first, sink your hips, lift up the hands. Exhale, prayer squat. Inhale, arms over your head with your palms facing forward. Squeeze your belly and release. Shake out the hands. So that was our first sun salutation. I'm using a different position in the hands than is traditional for sun salutations. Let's also do it with our feet a little bit apart. So look down at your feet, turn your toes in, lift all 10 toes and get them really alive. Palms facing forward. Inhale, reach your arms over your head, stretch up, lean back slightly, but try to get taller. Exhale, squat down, bring your hands together, sink really low, keep an arch in the back. Inhale, rising phoenix. Exhale, fold forward, drop the head, release your neck. Inhale, flat back, long spine. Exhale, plant your palms firmly on the mat and step back in an even, measured way. Shift your weight forward and hold for one cycle of breath. Push the ground away. Rise as high as you can in your shoulders. So see how there's so much mobility here. Just in that shoulder joint, be at the top of it. Exhale, lower down. Point your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And spend a moment here moving from side to side. Release your hips. Excellent. Find your lower belly. Contract it and lift up the hips. Good. Then walk your hands out in front of you. Extend. Try to extend. Get your shoulders as high up towards your ears as you can and drop up and down. Either bringing your chest and chin or the top of your head to the mat, depending how your neck feels. And just move a few times and then sink into Anahatasana. If you would like, you can extend your arms, palms flat, and take a deeper variation. To come up, engage your lower belly first, drawing it in and up. Walk your hands in, turn your toes under, and press back into downward facing dog. Step your feet wider than the mat. And for the next 5 breaths, let yourself move from side to side, bending one knee and then the other, picking the heel up each time you do, and trying to pick your toes up off the mat. It might not happen, but try. Press your palms flat like you're pushing the floor away and feel how you can use this to decompress the spine and pick up your fingertips slightly. Excellent. Go ahead and step your feet back together on the mat, hip distance apart. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, bend knees, floating or walking your feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back, long spine, lift up, activate your feet. Exhale, fold, rib cage on thighs, drop the head. Inhale, rising phoenix, sink low with your hips, extend your arms, take it over your head. Exhale, prayer squat. Inhale, all the way up, palms face forward. Reach them over your head, engage your belly, lean back slightly, pick up your toes. And release, shake it out. Very good. Okay, next, step with your right foot all the way back. So you're coming into a wide leg position. Now hopefully you guys can see my foot all right. I got some sunlight coming in. All right, so we're parallel your toes and turn them in slightly. Excellent. Inhale, palms face forward, reach over your head. Now right here, see if you can wiggle your arms up, lengthen the chest a little bit, and then draw your lower belly in. And on your next exhale, lean back, try to extend. Exhale, bring your hands into prayer, squat down into a low horse stance, squat down and hold. Be strong here, pick up your toes. Interlace your hands, press them away from you. Rise up a little bit, but stay in a low horse stance. Let your legs work, squeeze your belly in. Exhale, bring your hands down onto the mat, place them firmly on the mat, and begin to move from side to side. Again, waking up your legs. Keep your toes lifting, keep your feet super alive if your goal is to get more flexible and strong. Side to side. Excellent. Now return back to center. Place your palms directly underneath your shoulders and begin to inhale, picking your heels up off the mat, round your back, press the ground away and shift the weight into the hands. So feel that you're holding more of your body weight into your hands and push the ground away. Behind your heart, let it round. Feel the shoulder blades move, push and just hold this position. Excellent. Lower your heels back down and then begin to walk your hands back between your feet. And again, move from side to side, take whichever version of this forward folding pose you like. Now, of course, you may want to be out here on blocks, you decide. And you can always keep your knees slightly bent. It'll direct it towards a different part of the hamstring. Spend 3 more breaths here, just waking up your legs, getting the blood flowing. I like these little micro movements. I find that that's kind of the quickest way to warm up my muscles before I'm going to train. Last round of breath. And with your next inhale, lift up, bring your hands to your hips and hold, bend your knees, sink, let your legs work. And then on your next inhale, rising all the way up, straighten the legs. Good, now sweep your arms slowly with control, palms face the front of the room. Extend your arms over your head. Good, draw your lower belly in, push your hips back and try to rise out of the spine. So instead of going back, you're getting taller, and then somehow you go back. Excellent, release. Good. Rotate your feet externally, and you may possibly want to have a longer stance. So you see how I walk my feet wide? We're coming into goddess squat. Excellent, side to side. Good, this is a solar class, so once you've kind of settled into the pose, bring your hand in front of your heart, and up and down 20 times. Now, I don't want you to move fast, I want you to move with me. Sink low, this is 2, pick your toes up. Good, 3, roll your knees towards the outside edge of the foot. Take your weight back. Keep rising up and down, slow and steady, make the breath even. If you want more of a challenge, you can take Mushti Mudra, wrapping the fingers around the thumbs, and then feel like you're drawing your arms back, trying to bring your shoulder blades together like you're crashing back through a wall. Up and down, get strong. Up and down, toes active. I think we got about 6 more. Excellent, lower down, bring your hand in front of your heart, hold the bottom. And all the way up, rotate your toes in. Inhale, arms over your head. Exhale, prayer squat, horse stance. Inhale, rising phoenix in horse stance. Exhale, fold forward, take the forward fold, any variation that you like. Your legs should feel pretty nice and warmed up. Any variation you like. So if you like to bind, three more breaths here. With your next inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. I apologize ahead of time. This is fun. All right, so you can see me in the one camera. I'm going to shift my weight forward, and then I'm going to pick my heels up so there's more weight in my shoulders. Then I'm going to bend a little bit and return. So it's like a micro push-up. Okay, we're going to do 8 of these. So engage your belly, activate your legs, round your back a little bit, shift your weight forward, pick the heels up, hug the elbows in. 1, get strong, keep your head up. 2, elbows go towards each other. 3, 4, keep your head up. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Delicious. Lower your heels down. And now if you can, walk your hands away from you, either on blocks or on the ground, and drop your head through your shoulders, taking Anahatasana combined with Prasarita Padottanasana. Extend. Deep breathing through the nose. Keep extending your body. Keep your toes alive. Excellent. Walk your hands in. Bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. All the way up. Excellent. Walk your feet together. And then when you're ready, step all the way up to the top of the mat. Very good, my loves. Feeling nice and warmed up. Let's continue. Top of the mat. Toes together, heels slightly apart. Okay. Inhale. Take your arms over your head, palms face forward, reach up, extend, lean back slightly. Exhale, prayer squat, sink low. Inhale, interlace, rising phoenix. Let's pause here. Lean from side to side. Open the armpits, open the shoulders, let your shoulder blades move. The rib cage open. Excellent, return to center. Fold forward, drop your head, take a forward fold. You can keep your knees bent. Inhale, flat back, long spine. Exhale, palms plant, step back to the top of the push-up. And hold. Engage your belly, pick up your fingertips. Move forward and back. Decide where you want your heels to be in space. And exhale, lowering down. Can everybody hear me? I see Mabel can't. Let me check the audio real quick. Yes, okay. So Mabel, it must be on your side. Check your audio settings. I just saw that now. Okay. All right, lower back down. Excellent. So we're going to open our shoulders a little bit here. From this position, extend your left arm out to the left in a straight line. Walk it up to the height of your eyes. Roll onto your left side. Bend your knees up. You can push with your right hand and relax your head. Here's the first position. If you want to go deeper, you can roll around, lifting your lower back up off the ground and trying to bring it around so the whole thing rests down. And then you can pick up the left leg and rock. Release that left arm and keep spreading the fingers all the way down. All the way down to the fingertips. Keep opening the hand. Excellent. Release, return to center. And in between sides, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Place the palms down. Turn your toes under. You're going to tuck your tailbone and just lift your hips up a little bit. Traction forward. So we're activating very specific muscle that you need to be strong in yoga. And of course, you're getting some good spinal muscles here too. Why I always say this, because this pose is super important. You should do it throughout the day. With just this movement, learn to engage that lower belly. Excellent. And switch sides. So now you're going to extend the right arm all the way out to the right. And then roll around, bend your knees up. You can, or lay on the side, whichever version you're practicing, and keep opening that right hand. Now, if you pick up the right leg and place it on the left knee, you can add a little rocking twist to it, which may or may not be appropriate. You decide, don't rip your arms off. Excellent. Release. Rolling back onto your belly. Return to center. Elbows come down. Palms flat. Tuck your tailbone. Lift, tuck, drag forward. Engage your belly. Get strong, my yogis. Keep your head up. And if you're tractioning forward, you're also activating the bicep muscle, which is a hard one to get with yoga poses. We open the bicep, and we don't strengthen it too much. Excellent. Lower your hips down. Point your toes. Take your hands low on your waist and then pick them up. Squeeze your elbows together. So feel this activity in the back body. Yeah, feel that activity in the back body. Draw your belly in. Keep that activity. Point the toes, tuck the chin. And now rising up to upward dog or cobra. Exhale onto all fours. Anahatasana again. Walk your hands out, extend. So I'm using a lot of finger stands. It helps me open my thoracic spine more. And then just begin to dip down. There's different variations. You can bring your head down, or you can take your chest all the way down. But I recommend you just play with it, keeping your elbows nice and straight. And just see today what feels good to you, depending how your neck is, depending how your shoulders feel. But keep having this idea that you're extending, trying to walk the shoulders up towards the ears. Excellent. Tuck the tailbone, plant the palms, turn your toes under and press back to downward facing dog. Step your feet wide. Let's work on wide leg downward dog. And then any natural movements, or maybe by now it feels good to hold the pose statically. Focusing on the breath. 4 more cycles of breath. Pick up your fingertips. Excellent. Step your feet back onto the mat. Inhale, lift heels. Exhale, bend knees. Floating or walking your feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe you want to grab the back of your head and stretch your neck a little bit. Take a moment here. It should be opening up pretty nice. And then when you're ready with your next inhale, just sink your hips down, interlace your hands, and take them over your head, rising phoenix, but let your legs work. I'm gonna really pump the legs. Then exhale, prayer squat. Again, sink nice and low, don't be lazy. Feel your feet. And then inhale. Now I like to do this movement, I drop my hands. A lot of ways we can transition, and then I'll sweep the arms up with the palms facing forward. It's a variation of this first movement. And extend your arms, draw your belly in, like we did in that core exercise. And release. Shake it out. All right, my loves. Let's continue. Okay, so now we're gonna put in some balancing pose into our sun salutations. So take your right leg, and you're just gonna bend the knee and pick it up. Now once you do this, bring your hands to your belly and try to draw the lower belly in and up. You'll find that it'll help you lift out of the hips and find stability. Good, do your best here. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, prayer squat. Bend down and take your right knee on top of the left, like a modified Garuda. Right knee on top of the left. Excellent, interlace the hands, rising phoenix. Take the arms up. Hold, Garuda legs, rising phoenix arms. Exhale, return to prayer. Straighten the left leg, pick up the knee, hold, have control, hold, and then place it down. Excellent. Other side. So don't hurry any of it because it's important that we balance. No hurry, no worry. Good. Lift your left leg up and first bring your hands to your hips, checking in with the lower belly about 4 inches below your navel, and draw that point in and up. Keep your toes lifting. Then relax your arms, get all the tension out of them. And with your next inhale, without being tense, reach your arms over your head. Hold. Feet alive, steady breathing. Then on your next exhale, you're gonna bring your hands together. You're gonna place the left leg on top of the right as you squat down, taking your version of Garuda legs. And just hold. Feel your inner thighs activating. So this is highly stabilizing pose. Feel your inner thighs, let it work. Try to lift your toes. Excellent. Interlace the hands, rising phoenix, and hold. Garuda legs, rising phoenix arms. Just hold, work on that right inner thigh. Release back to center. Straighten, don't hurry. Bring that left leg up and hold. Draw your belly back, control yourself. Excellent, lower down. Good. Now if you got any foot cramps, take a moment to just roll out the feet. You guys are doing great. Okay, toes together, heels slightly apart. Relax your arms, let the palms face back. Wiggle your fingers so there's no tension in the arms. So when you sweep them up, it's graceful, not tense. Sweep the arms up with the palms facing forward. Lean back, engage your lower belly. Exhale. Squat down towards prayer squat and then take your left elbow to your right knee. Place it there. Turn your hands away from your face and push the left elbow into the right knee and twist. Draw your lower belly in, lift your toes. Excellent. Now come out of it, unwind and keep your hands together, then reach them over your head, extending the palms facing forward. Lean back, take the back bend again. Draw your lower belly in. Excellent. Then exhale, squat down, palms together, switch sides. Now take your right side to the left knee, press the elbow and turn your hands away from your face. You'll get more leverage. Push and squeeze your knees together so you're creating a stabilization of each joint. And then twist out of that. Excellent. Return. Same thing, reach up, palms face forward, extend gently and gracefully, lean back. Excellent, release. Shake out your arms. And drop your fingers. Inhale, lift your arms over your head. Excellent. Lift your right leg up. Exhale, sweep the arms down, move slowly, hug your right leg alongside the left. You're gonna step back into a lunge position. Now, I didn't go back too far, so I'm gonna show you guys how I adjust my stance. So I'm gonna come down, place my hands, and then just walk that right foot forward a little bit more. Excellent, so now we're in this nice low stance. Sink your right hip down. We're gonna take a warrior pose, a variation, but we wanna get the hips set up really nice, so have a lot of space between your feet. And you see my back heel? Make sure that you're having it moving forward, so the movement is forward. Now before we come into the pose, drop your right hip down, relax the hips, keep your foot alive in the front. Regain control of your breath. I don't know if you guys are as out of breath as me, but I'm talking and doing all these movements is not easy, even if I make it look that way. All right, good. Squeeze it straight. Now you're gonna rise back up and just bring your hands in front of your heart. Stay low in the pose. Hold, hold. Feet alive. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good, so now I'm gonna shorten the stance again so I can transition. I pick that left foot up, I bring it back a little bit more, and I'm just gonna step back forward, but we're gonna break this down so we can get it gracefully. Bring your hands to your heart. Now you see that my left leg is bent. From that, see how you can shift the weight and just hop the foot forward all the way until you're able to step up and bring it. So that's how we train that transition. So you're here, hop, hop, hop. The leg eventually gets strong, then you lift up, returning back to our starting position. Good. Lower the feet down. Notice how the blood feels so strong on that left side. Now let's balance it out. Inhale. Arms up, palms face forward, reach up, extend. Excellent. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. And now the other side, pick up the left leg. And moving very slowly, hug that left leg. Bend your right knee, sink down, and step as far back as you can. And then wherever that is, to change the stance, see how I keep my right leg bent? Bring the hands down, just float it a little wider. And then begin to slide the other foot back as you sink into this low lunge. Excellent. Then, once you feel like it's set up, and you see that I really set up this pose, drop your left knee, take a moment. So if we don't set up good alignment, then you're always training bad alignment. When you get what you train. Excellent. Squeeze your left leg straight. Rise up, feet are alive. Hands in prayer, stay low. It's a very low pose. Stay low. Excellent. Bring your hands down, straighten the leg. Move it, shorten your stance a little bit so the transition's easier. I'm going to talk you through it again. We want to take baby steps so that we get control. Bend your knee, hands into prayer. Float that left foot a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, until you walk it all the way up. And then return to the starting position. Excellent. Release. Very well done. Bring your toes together. Heels slightly apart. Inhale, reach your arms over your head, open the front body. Exhale, prayer squat, lowering down. Inhale, rising phoenix, open up, move from side to side, open your rib cage. Exhale, prayer squat, folding forward, drop the head. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to the top of the push-up, and take a moment to shift forward and back, opening the wrists and the toes. Keep your belly strong. Excellent, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Belly comes onto the mat, point your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Take a moment here. I call this lazy upward dog. I kind of let the shoulders go up. I keep my hands very active, pressing the palm flat, picking the fingertips up, and then I shift from side to side. I feel like it's really nice on the tops of my hips. Excellent. Then contract your belly, rising all the way up onto all fours. Anahatasana again. I did a reclining Anahatasana sequence last night, so you're laying on your back. In our yin class, it's super, super nice. Let's see. Yep. Don't have time to do it today, but really, really nice for you guys. Excellent. Now rise up and straighten your legs, coming to a push-up position, but I want you to walk your feet so they're together. The feet are touching, and then bring your left hand to the center of your mat and stack your hips, taking Vashisthasana. Now you have some options here. Yeah, you can step forward to make it easier, stack the feet, or play around with any lifting up that you feel like doing. So you decide what feels right in your practice today. Get strong. 2 more breaths. Then take your right hand and reach it over your ear with the palm facing down. Extend, and then lower it down to the mat. Lower your left hip down. Stack your legs on top of each other. Walk your left hand forward until you're able to keep it straight. Squeeze your legs together and align the center of your left wrist, center of the left hip, and squeeze your legs into one, almost like they're one leg. Then once you arise here, begin to shift forward and back the top hip. The right hip goes forward and back like an internal massage, releasing all of that connective tissue on the top of the left hip. Breathe into it. Keep moving. Let it release. You might feel your spine adjust. You may feel all kinds of amazing shifts happening just from this gentle decompression. Keep your left arm straight. Just let it release. Find where you need the pose. Excellent. Good. And then go ahead and rise back onto all fours. Place your palms on the mat and press back in the downward facing dog. And I want you to feel the difference on your right side and your left side, just in that area where it was stretching. Notice how one side legitimately feels longer. So you just see the relationship to your hamstrings of releasing that side. You can feel like even the hamstrings more open because actually all of the tightness in the body is connected. All right, other side. So now bring your feet together, shift forward to the top of the push-up and bring your right hand to the center. You have some options. You can stack the feet, step one forward, or if you want to play around with lifting up, go ahead, whatever feels right to you. Get strong. Pick your fingertips up off the mat and regulate your breathing. Excellent. Now take your left hand palm facing down over your ear. Extend, and then lower it in front of your body. Bring your right hip down to the ground. From here, you probably need to walk your right hand forward a little bit because we don't want this elbow bent. We want it straight. So adjust yourself. You may have to come down onto your elbow. It really depends on how much you've done this pose or how much your natural openness in this area is. And then once you arrive there, get your alignment, center of the wrist, center of the right hip, center of the knees, all in one line. Then start to shift the left hip back and forth, releasing that right side body. Feeling free to pause if you find an area that needs a little more attention. It's your practice, I'm just the tour guide. Few more cycles, just release that right side. Excellent. Bend your knees, go ahead and lift up. Making your way back into downward facing dog. Turn your toes under, press your heels back, drop your head through. Notice the space in your body. Notice how much you were able to pump blood, get everything awake and aware. Excellent. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, floating or walking your feet to your hands. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, we're going to hold the forward fold. I'm going to show a variation. Take your hands behind your knees and bring your palms together and let your knees bend. And this is a wonderful balancing stabilizer pose. So make sure your rib cage is on your thighs and keep your head up and begin to shift from side to side. And then when you're feeling fancy, shift into one leg and just lift the heel up on the one side so your weight goes more into the left. And then you can see if you can just pick the toes up. Wow, and then shift the other side. First picking the heel up, letting the right side hold all the weight, and then maybe picking the toes up. Repeat this 5 times on your own, either fully balancing and try to keep the standing leg foot really awake, really alive. Five times on your own. Shift. Let yourself do the work. This is your 45 minutes of strengthening, sweating, balancing. Finishing up your set of 5. And then when you're done, release your hands and just take any version of a forward fold that feels good to you. Any version. You can interlace your hands behind your back. Any version of a forward fold that feels good to you. Excellent. Now with your next exhale, sink your hips, interlace your hands, rising phoenix. Exhale, prayer squat, sink down. Inhale, reach your arms over your head, palms face forward, extend, draw your belly in, lean back. Exhale, drop the hands, you guys are doing great. It's the breakfast of champions. Okay, let's continue. Drop your arms and get your hands soft so that when you lift your arms over your head, it's graceful. Pick them up, palms face forward, extend, lean back. Exhale, prayer squat. Inhale, rising phoenix. Exhale, forward fold, drop the head. Inhale, flat back, long spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, top of the push-up, hold. Get strong, shift your heels forward, open your toes, and you want your shoulders past your wrists because then when you bend down, you end up with that nice 90 degree. Point your toes, inhale, upward facing. Exhale, contract the belly onto all fours, Anahatasana again. Walk your arms out, drop your chest and chin. Excellent. From here, cross your ankles or transition any way that's comfortable for you, and coming on to seated. Okay. Once you're seated, take your hands back behind you in finger stands and pick up your feet. Hold them in front of you at an angle where the ankles and the knees are in one line. Squeeze your knees together and then straighten your right leg. It can be down here or up there. Straighten. Good. Bend. Straighten your left leg. Open the toes. Return. Straighten right leg. Straighten left. One more cycle. Stay with me. Straighten right leg. Straighten left. Place your feet down. Keep your heels and toes close to each other, knees squeezing together. Reverse your hands so the palms are flat, fingers face forward. Lift your hips up, squeeze your knees together, push up. Excellent. Lower down. Extend both your legs wide, just like a Prasarita Bharattanasana. Extend both your legs wide. Good. Now, activate your feet, push them as wide as they go, and then take your hands behind you and create a little arch in your back so you're sitting up nice and tall. Within that arch, open your toes. If you feel tight, open your toes. That's the last thing you're going to want to do, but it's the way you change that tightness. So keeping that arch in the body, you can bring your hands in front of you and just take whichever version of this pose makes sense to you. We're not going to be here super long. My feet are active. It's not a yin variation. Keep your feet active. Take whichever variation makes sense to you. Feet active. So either hands behind, trying to sit up. You want to keep an arch in the spine. When your back rounds, the force is going into the back, which is not where we want it now. Sometimes we do. So we have 3 more minutes today, guys. I'm keeping this a strict 45. And then if you feel like doing something after this, you're totally warmed up for any other practices, handstand, back bend, or if you don't, you got a good workout in. So you can take Savasana, at least 3 minutes, please. Excellent. A few more breaths here. Keep your legs really active, really engaged. Feet are alive. Squeeze your legs. Excellent. Rise up. Now this is super fun. Okay, so I want you to take your left hand and place it on the ground in front of you and your right one behind you. And you might feel like you can't do it, but you can totally use your legs. Lift your hips off the ground a little bit. Just a little bit, feel your pelvic floor engage. Excellent, release. Other side. Just a little bit, feel your pelvic floor engage. Just a little bit. Squeeze the pelvic floor. Excellent, release. Draw your legs in. Take your right leg on top of your left. If you can thread the legs together, go ahead. Then take your right hand back behind you and extend your left hand forward with the thumb facing down. Make contact with the right knee. Push and twist, leaning back. Lean back. The more you lean back, you'll find you get a little bit deeper. And we're pushing, not pulling. So you're using your tricep muscle, which will extend the spine. Pulling compresses it. Excellent. Return to center. Pick up your feet, extend your arms. Over contract the inner thigh to stabilize. Excellent. Release. Uncross. Other side. Left on top of right. Thread the legs under. Left hand walks back. Right one extends, thumb down. Make contact anywhere on your leg and push it away. Rise up out of the hips, twist. Lean back, it'll give you more leverage in the spine. Return to center, pick up your feet, extend your arms, squeeze your belly. Over contract the inner thigh. Excellent, release, place your feet, final pose, hands come behind you, fingers face forward, lift up. Excellent, release. Well done, my dears. Great job. I hope you're as sweaty as I am. I got sweat on my lip, everything's soaked. So I love these solar practices. And we have one again next week. We have a bunch of classes, so feel free to write to me if you want to join a subscription or any of the other classes. And I love you guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy. You're going to feel fantastic. Wasn't that amazing? Love you guys. Have a beautiful, 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 beautiful Tuesday. And write me if you need anything. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Mabel, Marisol, Michelle. Good to see you, my love. Oh, you're in Mexico. I'm so happy to hear that. Congratulations. Excellent. All right. Love you guys. Bye.